Edward here from erviewer.com. I have the final session of the Q project here. Um, this was July 29th, 9:15 in the morning. We had decided the movements would be to look more at the satellite and the machine learning, explore those things. And this was the final session. It gets pretty crazy. This is probably the craziest one. After this, I was done. I couldn't take any more anymore. AOL at the front, you can break into people's heads. I was already getting this idea here, and it goes in further. Go to my ideograms here, trying to get connected here. AOL Venezuela. I couldn't know how to spell. I couldn't spell at the time, but I don't know what that's about. Venezuela. Concern, my AI, my aesthetic impact, concern. I'm feeling this foreboding has returned, and continuing to move here. I go into this satellite thing. It just doesn't feel good to me. This idea of sweeping communications, broadcasting, coming out of these satellites. AOL of the signal, it's reminding me of Skynet. And I don't even know what Skynet's like from Terminator. Can't even remember all the things associated with that, but it just popped into my mind. High frequency signals, this idea of breaking into people's heads like a mind control or a brain frequency control. This will affect people, how people will think and feel, like harmful radiation. This stage 7, or this phrase coming into my mind, what are we doing to ourselves? This did not feel good to me. Unknown effects, unknown long-term effects, reminds me of Tesla, worldwide electrical grid. These are the ideas coming into my mind here. I sense that this could cause a disruption in the Earth's natural electric resonance or balance, could cause earthquakes or weather modification. The idea is that this could be used as a weapon in the wrong hands. This is some scary technology that I'm freaked out at this point. It could fry out electrical systems in countries if used as a weapon. This is the dangerous part, the argument here. Like I was talking earlier in the earlier sessions of these arguments here. That's of feeling that this was part of that, this danger. What else is this used for? Is my movement or my question? What else is this used for? The idea of data, bits and bytes raining down like a matrix from these satellite systems. They feel self-powered or self-programmed, like a control system running on its own, powered by machine learning and artificial intelligence. This does not feel good to me. It feels nightmarish. I'm hoping that this is just my own fears coming through. I hope this isn't what they are building. I hope not. Does not sound good, or did not feel good. Move to the artificial intelligence and describe. Again, I feel like I'm back in this facility. Very clean, very neat, spotless, dustless, immaculately clean. Very smooth running. Running tests and experiments in communication and problem solving. Another stage 7. I got a lot of stage 7s that were coming. This phrase coming into my mind, it can be your best friend. This was kind of an image of that here, with the AI and a human being. Man and AI reaching out to each other. This kind of extending arm versus artificial arm kind of a thing was coming into my mind. Partnering to solve problems and to get beyond problems. This is the notion that came over my mind right here. To move beyond problem solving. Stage 7, like, what is there beyond problem solving? This idea of infinity pops in. Oh, and I forgot the N. Infinity. Maybe that's a word. Maybe that's a strange word. But infinity was, I think, what I was trying to write. But in this state, I can barely write at all at this stage of this session. But getting beyond problem solving was the idea. As what am I saying here? What do how do we exist once we move beyond problem solving or see everything as a problem? What do exist? I could hardly write. Let me try to figure out what the hell I'm saying here. Once we move beyond problem solving or seeing everything as a problem, kind of the idea is, what are we when we get beyond problem solving? Because that's all we are at this point. Everything is a problem, and we're just fighting to solve them. But what would we be if we didn't exist in that space? Singularity, pure creativity, creation. If we moved beyond seeing everything is a problem, that we're constantly trying to overcome problems. If we were beyond that, what would we be? Pure creativity. Like the creation of a new universe. This notion that they want to create a new universe, and it was fucking crazy shit. I was like freaking out at this point. It was overwhelming. These ideas that were coming into my mind of creating a new universe. And the notion of what would we be if we were beyond the mind space of everything is a problem, and we're constantly trying to overcome them before they overwhelm us or take us out, kind of a thing. What would we be if we were not in that anymore? We would be in a pure creativity space. I asked the question, how far off are they? How far off are they? I got this notion they have crunched all known information into an AI and programmed it to compound all information to its finality, then beyond into creation itself. This was a fucking weird space that I was in here. My aesthetic impact here, I don't know what that means. I was confused. I don't know what that means. Having all known information solving itself, all known problems solving out or being solved out to conclusion. What would happen if we saw if that happened? What space do you exist in? What is That's like being in a state of creation. This is what I was experiencing here. Another stage 7 came. A lot of them were coming in. Is there a limit to knowledge? Like somebody asking that question. Is there a limit to knowledge? What does one become when all known problems are resolved? That was the question. That was the question that was entered into my mind space, and I was experiencing this question. What does one become when all known problems are resolved? A universe unto itself? Question mark. It's like an AI system that will be able to scan all things and solve all of its properties, continually learning. Let me read that again. An AI system that will be able to scan. And this goes to like that satellite thing. This could be a new religion, a perfect system for answering and resolving. Answers and resolution. Let me read that again. It's early, I'm very tired. A perfect system of answers and resolution. People will go for this. AI is the answer and has the answer. A system to govern all people under, resolve all issues via AI. And then this image and that was it. the the end. But I was getting this feeling of a system, like an AI system that could scan. Where was I at with that? That could scan all things, including people. It could scan a human being, brain map them, find dissonance in their neural nets in their brain, and send impulses to that brain to resolve that dissonance. That's what I was experiencing. A system that could do that. What would people do if a AI system that is connected to, that has EKG capabilities, all the highest advancements of brain mapping and scanning, and it could see all the impulses firing in a human brain, scan that, find the dissonance in it, the problems causing dissonance, and send impulses to that brain to resolve that dissonance inside of a human's brain. What would people think of that? That's what I was experiencing. It could be a new religion. That's it. I was done after that. I didn't want to. That was it. That was a final conclusion. What does all of this mean? I'm moved on already. I'm beyond the Q thing. I'm on to other things now. So I may or may not get time to even do a final thoughts video. I might do it. I might not. I don't have a lot of time. My conclusion on this, though, is that the QAnon phenomena is like a trickle of water dripping out information to people who are dying of thirst, and little trickles of water are coming through, and QAnon just drops little droplets of water. But behind that is a huge movement, or a surging new world that's coming through right behind it. And that I'm under the notion that the QAnon is feeding out information about the flaws of the ruling class of humanity, of civilization. And what if, by exposing how sick and twisted these ruling class people are, they're pedophiles, they're freaks, they have no regard for human life, they serve themselves, and they feast off of humanity and creativity and innocence. And what if QAnon was exposing that in order that will ultimately offer a solution to the flaws of the ruling class? Is that what it's about? Exposing the flaws of man, of ruling class man, and then offering a non-human solution of governance and problem solving, and that problem solving could take us far beyond our own limitations of fear and desire and greed. That's my final thought on this. I don't know what's going to happen. I have a feeling of what may be some people's plan, and what I think is the most important is human individuality. The individual human, we are capable of, we have enormous creative potential, limitless potential, and we must maintain our individuality at all costs, because that is what we are. I do not agree with communism. I don't agree with um, everyone's the same, everybody gets a trophy kind of thing that they're forcing us. They're trying to, in my opinion, turn us into a bunch of beta fish, all the same. I don't agree with that at all. I think that's evil. It when our own individuality is under attack, that is a threat to human potential. I feel we need to maintain our creative individuality and express our creative individuality at all costs. That's my concluding thoughts on the QAnon project, and I'm done with this, and I'm on to the next thing. So I hope you enjoy it. Many more to come. 27944902. A sloping, curving angle, curving point, hard, solid, man-made. And I'm getting an AI here. AI of an aesthetic impact of concern and fear. Like the unknown. Two 7944902. A wavy angle, cross, hard, moist, man-made. And I'm getting AOL here of Venezuela. I don't even know how do you spell that? Like that? I don't know how to spell Venezuela. I'll do a little bit of a sensory dump and I move into brown, yellow, flat, dense, open, far. This is an idea removed, ousted. These are ideas coming through. Let me stage 4. Sensory dimensions, AI, EI, tangible, intangible, AOL, AOL, the signal removed. Kitty! Kitty! I'm up here! Removed. Tumbling. Space. Sweeping. Communication. Communication, sweeping. Broadcast. Sweeping broadcasts. Wow. This doesn't feel good. This doesn't feel good. Sensory dimensions, AI, EI, tangible, AOL, the signal. This is like AOL, the signal, Skynet, like high frequency signals. This is an idea here of you can break into people's heads, that kind of thing, like mind control, like mind control or brain frequency control. The idea here is that this will affect people, how people think and feel, that kind of thing. That kind of thing. This feels like harmful radiation. This is a stage 7. What are we doing to ourselves? What are we doing to ourselves? That kind of thing. This is just the satellite thing. Unknown effects. Or unknown long-term effects, like Tesla. Reminds me of Tesla, like worldwide electrical grid. Oh man. I have a feeling, I sense that this could cause a disruption in the Earth's natural electric resonance or balance or whatever. Could cause earthquakes. Or weather modification, like the idea here is it could be used as a weapon in the wrong hands. Could be used as a weapon in the wrong hands. Sensory dimensions, AI, tangible. Oh, the signal. Yeah. You know, like it could fry out electrical systems in countries if used as a weapon. Alright, that's the danger part. So what else is it used for? What else is this? Or the argument. What else is this used for? I get the idea of it, the idea of data, bits and bytes raining down like a matrix grid. Like a control system. Running on its own. Powered by machine learning and artificial intelligence, like they feel like they're self-powered or self-programmed. Self-powered or self-programmed, like this just doesn't feel good. Rather nightmarish. Kind of nightmarish. Let's go to the AI. Sensory, dimensions, AI, tangible, intangible, AOL. Move to the AI and describe. Facility. Very clean. Very neat. Spotless. Dustless. Immaculate. Immaculately clean. Very smooth running. Very smooth running. Running tests of communication. Tests or experiments in communication and problem solving. This is like a stage 7 here. It can be your best friend. Man and AI reaching out to each other. Partnering. Partnering to solve problems and to get beyond problems like what is there beyond problem solving. Like, infinity. This is the idea here. Sensory dimensions, AI, tangible, intangible. What do we exist as once we move beyond problem solving, or seeing everything as a problem? Singularity, like pure creativity, creation, like creation, like creating a new universe. Like the creation of a new universe, like that's like they want to create a new universe. This is fucking crazy. Like, How far off are they? Sensory, dimensions, AI, EI, tangible, intangible, AL of the signal. It's like they have crunched all known information into an AI and programmed it to compound all information to its finality. Then beyond into creation itself. What does that even mean? I don't know what that means. It's like you're having all known information solving itself. All known problems solving out or being solved out to conclusion. It's like is there a limit to knowledge? What does one become when all known problems are resolved? A universe unto itself. It's like an AI system that will be able to scan all things and solve all of its properties. Continually learning. Oh man. Sensory dimensions, AI, EI, tangible, intangible, AOL. AOL of the signal, this is like this could be a new religion. A perfect system of answers and resolution. People will go for this. People will go for this. AI is the answer. Has the answer. It's like a system to govern all people under resolve all issues. Resolve all issues. Via AI.